Welcome to Ecosystems. My name is Doug Duchan. I'm the Senior Sales Consultant and Marketing Coordinator here. Today we're going to take you on a showroom tour of our Experience Center. Through these doors here, you'll find what looks like the front door of a home. So what we're showing here is for any client that's building a home, remodeling, anybody that's interested about where technology is today. We can educate you about that here in our showroom. So from the front door of our house here, we have items like the doorbell, intercom, and camera. When I press the doorbell, iPad in the kitchen can bring up a camera view of who is at the front door, for example. You can speak to your front door from your mobile phone, etc. So let's go ahead and head inside. Everything we've done here in this portion of our showroom is designed to really feature the aesthetic integration of technology. As AV integrators, for many, many years, we've been familiar with the concept of just bringing technology to a space, or kind of the where do you want your TV mentality. What we've really chosen to do here is to embrace the idea that technology and aesthetics can coexist. It does take special training, special expertise, which is something that we have quite a bit of. One of the things I'll point your attention to in this room is we start to show our lighting control systems. So here I've actually got a Lutron keypad that is using a product called TrueFig that brings the keypad back into the aesthetics. And notice we've done our faux finish over this keypad. So we'll show you some more examples of aesthetic integration like that throughout the showroom. Let's go on into our family room here. So here's where we can start to show how we control the systems that we sell. So I'm going to start with going to an actual picture of the room that we're in. Notice I have the different photos of the rooms throughout our showroom here, or through our Experience Center. I'm going to go to the hearth room here. Now if you'll take a look up at the television there, you'll notice that when I turn it off, it just becomes a decorative mirror. You'll also notice that I can control my shades, adjust my lighting. I'm doing all of that from my phone here. Now, at Ecosystems, when we designed the showroom, we were fairly obsessed with really minimizing the visual impact. Lights up. We were really focused on minimizing the visual impact of the technology, specifically in this room. And you'll notice from our light switch here, using that TrueFig product again that's flush with the drywall. You'll also notice if you look up at our speakers in the ceiling, I'm sure you're probably familiar with ceiling speakers that you've seen before that have that 3/4 inch bezel that likes to turn yellow after about 6 or 7 years. That has no bezel on it. Our lights have no bezel. The air return here also has no bezel. If you take a look over here, you'll notice that even our electrical outlets are flush with the drywall. Subwoofers are built into window boxes. We have surround speakers behind acoustic paneling at the back of the room. One other thing I'll draw your attention to is an ongoing project here at Ecosystems that we're working on. You notice these speakers that are hanging out of the ceiling. What we're working on here, and hopefully by the time you've watched this video, this is completed so you can see it when you come into our showroom. But we're really trying to show, these are high performance speakers that will motorize down from the ceiling. Notice there's an opening back here that will house a projector and a mirror. And then if you look again up at the front of this room here, right over my head, there's a large opening here in the drywall, or a large flap. So what our concept is that you press a button and you have a high-performance theater. You press the off button, everything goes away, and it's strictly a formal setting with no visible technology. So that's one of the things that you can look forward to here in the near future at Ecosystems. We'll head into the kitchen here. This is a lot of people's favorite room once they start to understand how we've implemented the technology in here. One of my favorite ways to do audio in a kitchen is using the discrete opening system by Sonance that we have employed in here. So you'll notice that we have the square can lights, and in between those can lights you'll see these small, also square openings. So these are my speakers in this room. What we've done here is gone against the conventional way of audio, what AV integrators have done for many years, which may be putting a pair of speakers in the ceiling, probably at both ends of the island. Problem with that is if I'm having a conversation and I'm standing right here and somebody else is where Dan with the camera is, they can't hear clearly because they're right under a speaker. So using this discrete opening system, we can evenly distribute the sound over a larger area so that you get low level but very smooth sound everywhere in the space. So they are available square, round, with or without a bezel, and in various sizes. This is a television. I showed you the mirror TV over the fireplace. This is by the same manufacturer, Sierra. So this is growing in popularity in kitchens. I'm going to show you another option or two for that here in another room. And then I had pointed out that electrical outlet and the flush switches in the other room. This is a solid surface version of that by Trufig. Typically we will have this faux finished to just kind of disappear in a solid surface. And notice again we did the same thing here on our light switches using that Trufig product to bring that flush with the drywall. Let's head to the dining room. So one of the things that won't be as impactful on a video, but we're doing something pretty interesting in our dining room here, and that's employing invisible speakers. So my speakers in this room are literally behind the drywall between the spotlight and the chandelier on both sides. So you can hear the sound, but there's no visible trace as to where that sound is coming from. And then we supplement that sound with a subwoofer that's, again, literally behind the drywall. If you put your hand here on the wall, you can feel it vibrate. These types of products are popular in dining rooms where you may have a lot of things visually competing for space on the ceiling. If you may have a raised trough or faux finish on the ceiling, an invisible speaker can be an excellent solution to aesthetically integrate sound into a space. The other thing I'll point out in this room are our Lutron battery-operated shades. I kind of glossed over the Roman shades and the other shades that we have here in our kitchen, also by Lutron. These are wired shade products, but Lutron does also offer a battery-operated shade. When you hear the word battery-operated, it kind of has a connotation of cheap, or at least it did to me. What I did learn is that Lutron's shades will go from 3 to 7 years on the battery set that you first put in, which is pretty remarkable. And that's 2 ups and 2 downs per day for that time period. The amount of time varies depending on the size of the shade and the weight of the fabric, but we can help you understand kind of what your life expectancy of the batteries are. And then if I were a tall person in any way, shape, or form, I'd simply press the button at the top of the shade. This pops down, you can replace your batteries, and you're good for another 3 to 7 years. So we'll head into the office here. So I like to use this room really to show off lighting control, the benefits of lighting control. So we have about 6 or 7 loads of light in this room alone. I'll let you come on in and take a look around the room. over here at the entrance of the room, we have a single keypad with 6 buttons on it. So from this single keypad, I can control all of the lights in this room, as well as the motorized Venetian shade in this room. In fact, I'll go ahead and select that. You can see that our Lutron motorized Venetian shades also in here. Have full control of the tilt, raising and lowering. But if you come around here, I want to point this out. For people that maybe having a hard time with the concept of lighting control, I mentioned again, you know, you've 6, 7 loads of light in this room. Imagine a bank of 6 switches in here, and then we have shade control. So imagine a 7th switch here on this wall. Well, anything more than 2 or 3 switches, we really have no idea what we're doing until we press that switch or flip that switch. So what lighting control can do is I have, for example, an accent scene. So I'm gonna have you point the camera into the room. When I press the accent scene, that's gonna adjust all of the lights in this room how we want it for a particular scene. So this may be the lighting setting that I want when I'm doing a video conference in from home, or if I'm listening to music and working on my computer. So again, lighting control really, not only can it clean up the walls, but can also set lighting scenes for however we want to live in our home. Take you into the master bedroom here. So here we continue to talk about and show different ways to conceal technology. Televisions are particularly desirable to try to conceal. They're an important part of our lifestyle. At the same time, they're a distracting aesthetic part of our homes. So here, I'm going to go to master bedroom on my control system here. I'm going to select DirecTV. And notice I have multiple choices here. And notice you don't see any equipment located anywhere around here. All of this equipment is located back at the head end, or it could be in your mechanical room. Therefore, there's no need to have custom cabinetry located throughout the home to house equipment. So we're going to go ahead and select Dad's DirecTV here. But then if you'll direct your eyes over to this piece of art here, you'll see that it raises out of the way to expose a television. This is another product similar to the Mirror TV that people are employing in areas where they want a television, but they're taking up important space aesthetically. So we can do any frame, any piece of art, and really get this to look however a client wants. And if you come in here, I'll show you a couple other ways to do televisions. So in here we have, again, the same manufacturer as over the fireplace, Sierra. This is their mirrored television. What's cool about this product is, if you notice, I'm going to turn the TV off. Well, while it's on, take it, and I don't know how this comes across on our video. If you're here in person, it's a very good quality picture. It's easy to see. But when it's turned off is really the remarkable part, is there's no trace of it whatsoever. The do-it-yourself versions of this, I've never been satisfied. I've never had a client that's been satisfied with anything less than what this manufacturer brings to the table. And again, when I turn it back on, you can see the blue light indicating that the TV is going to be turning on. There's the logo, and your image will pop up here. And it's a very good quality image. So, and then if we turn this way, we have a waterproof television. We do them in bathrooms, in showers, most frequently in kitchen backsplashes, actually. One of the things that, why this is important is that smaller TVs are becoming harder and harder to get, and certainly in any kind of quality. So because there's no money in this in smaller TVs, you'll find that some manufacturers just won't make under a 42-inch TV. And if they do, there's been very little innovation for many years. So you're taking a 2-inch, 2.5-inch thick hunk of plastic, putting it on your granite countertop. It's been pretty unpopular. So this type of solution where we can go in the backsplash, we can match the glass to the granite or the wood or whatever you're doing in the backsplash as an aesthetic solution has been popular. So with that, that's the end of our home portion of the showroom. We'll please tune in to some of our other videos and I'll show you the rest of our facility. Thanks.